I'd like to put your hands together and welcome our first top 5 performer. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Dan Hill.
Hello, am I turned on? On? Well, this is very daunting being up here and genuinely amazing 12 months. I'm not a professional speaker, and those of you who've heard me speak will be aware of that, so apologies that I'll probably speak fast. I might mumble and jumble, and if you can see through that, hopefully you can get a bit of content from it. My name's Daniel Hill, and I'm on Mastermind 11. My background, so I started my first business when I was 15, Pulse Discos. I then went on to the buildings for 4 years, and I shoveled sand for a living. I then went to Nottingham University. I started an events company while I was there, then a clothing company, then another clothing company, and that took me up to about 2012. So this time last year, I was the director of Pulse Student Network and the events and clothing company. And why? So why did I decide that Mastermind was for me? Well, I was looking for a new industry. We've done clothing. I'm a creator profile, for those of you who understand wealth dynamics, and it means that we're on to the next thing before we finish the last one. We're always looking for something new, looking to reinvent things, create things, and it's really, that's my flow. That's really what I enjoy. And I was looking for, I'm speaking very fast, I'm aware of that, sorry. I knew that this is where we were going next. So the company was trading well, it was profitable, it started to bring in its own management. Great little company, looking for a new industry to entertain. Tracked it for about 2 years, didn't have any experience. Property market was depressed, as it still is in a lot of the UK. It's depressed, it's ripe, it's fertile with opportunity, but that's not what you'll read in the papers, but that certainly is the case. I lived in a rented flat, so I thought it'd be a nice opportunity to get my own house and start getting on the property ladder and ready for a new challenge. That's my creator profile. So I started Mastermind, and I thought it was incredible. I did the one-day course, I did the accelerator, and it blew me away, absolutely blew me away. Creator, on to the next thing, did the first workshop. Yeah, this is great, did a deal. Come to the second workshop, I was really hyped up. I stood up on the mic and said, right, guys, I'm committed. I mean, that is the target. That's what I'm going to do. So I said, I'm going to sell my business. My company I've traded for 3 years. I said, that's it. Like, we sell it. We're going to get the money out, we're going to do more deals, we're going to make a bigger business. I thought, I'm going to get a round of applause, everyone's going to go mad. And Simon turned around to me and said, is that really a smart move? He says, is that the best thing to do in this situation? He says, people have done this with full-time jobs. People have done it with other commitments. They've done it with families. Is there a better way to approach it? So it turned out there was a better way to approach it. There ended up being a management buyout on license. Company's still trading, did incredibly well. Does better than it did when I was working in it because I was managing it, and that's really not my strength. It's gone from strength to strength, still trading. And I stepped down as director the 1st of August. So this put me in a position where I had to replace my income. I went from being a director on a salary, had to replace my income very quickly. I knew the 1st of August I was going to step down, done a deal, knew I had to get cash flow. So that's the fire under your feet. That's why you have to do it. That's why I had to do it. I had to replace my income. So HMOs was the one for me. This is the first one that we did. This is a good testament to Simon's courses, actually. The one-day course I did, I took away from it follow up. So every deal, didn't really know what I was looking for. That came on the market. I thought, that is at least £10,000 underpriced, but it had sold. So I thought, follow up. No, it's sold. The vendor has moved to America, and this deal has fallen through this morning. Do you want to buy it? That stacks up all day long at 90 grand. We said, right, we'll buy it, but we want it for 80 grand. They said, right, the vendor will take, we said we want it for 80 grand. The vendor said, right, we'll accept 82, and we'll give you a £5,000 vendor gifted deposit. Bought that, BMV deal, fantastic. Let's move into there. We got all our mates in there, and we said, right, went on the accelerator course, understood HMOs, rent the rooms out. Let's do this a bit more legitimately. Turned it into a HMO, 20 grand refurb, rents out for £1,700 a month. This has been fully rented from the day we bought it, never had a void, £1,700 gross. That's the mortgage bills, £1,000 a month profit. You'll notice that one's in Nottingham, and those of you who know me know I don't invest in Nottingham anymore. I invest around the other side of the Midlands. So we've since sold this one, and it's worth 173, and we sold it for 167 after being on the market for 2 weeks. That sale, anyone who's entertaining this strategy, it's very, very complicated, and you really need to understand what you're getting into. After 8 months, on the day of exchange, the buyer couldn't raise the funds, the mortgage expired and it fell through. We put ourselves in a very naive position where we needed the cash. We've since accepted 2 offers at 160. That's going through at the moment. Assuming that goes through, we'll accept that. That's a great buy for us. Sale for us, releases our cash. Great buy for an investor. Right. HMOs, we thought, right, we need to start picking this up. This one was mid-refurb. Builder was doing a refurb. On the market, 120. Would have got it all day long. Sold. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The sale at 120 has fallen through. So we went in and said, stop the refurb. We'll give you 100 grand for it next week. Completed in 6 weeks. 4-week refurb. Builders finished on the Monday. Tenants moved in on the Tuesday. 100 grand purchase, 30 grand refurb. So you can see the figures there. Profit £1,600 a month. That's 20 grand a year. Fully tenanted. Everything I'm showing you is deals we've done, fully tenanted, up and running. So we had two, 3 HMOs by now, and we're really thinking, this is good. This is income replacing cash flow, but we can't do it quick enough. I need to replace my salary. We're supporting other people. We need to bring money in. So we looked at the rent-to-rent strategy. That is a residential house that was on the market, ex-student let, marketed like that. We took the keys for that on the Friday at £550 a month. We furnished it on the Friday. The viewings the Friday afternoon and filled it within 4 weeks. That generates £4 grand a month. So we're thinking HMOs work. They work. Buying them is fantastic. They're very capital intensive. They're very time consuming. There's only so quick you can buy a house. However, they turn out fantastic cash flow, £1,000, £1,500 a month. When you need speed or you've got lower resources, lower capital, you want to be looking at models like this, the rent-to-rent model. So we've got £1,500 in there. Probably half of that is deposit. Return on investment, 100% plus. Some of these rent-to-rents, 500%. So being from a business background, not having experience in property, found these 2 pastry cutters, buying, rent-to-renting, started cutting them out, and then we just rolled that strategy out. So take this with a caveat of every deal that's on here, these are hard. There's nothing, each one of these is ones that we've actually done. For each of these that we've done, there's going to be 2 or 3 that have fallen over, haven't stacked up, and you've really struggled with. So I don't know how clear that is for you guys on the screen, but that's the first one I showed you. It's worth 160 all day long, makes £1,000 a month, 5-room profit. I bought myself a house, BMV, 150, got repossessed. You guys have been to Pulse House. It was 150 grand repossessed. We bought it 100, brand new, 3-bed detached, ensuite, very, very nice. Then we started leasing them. So we're really starting, bear in mind, this is starting sort of beginning of last year when we started this course. We leased one, that makes £350, purchased another one, leased another one, and we really, really figured out this is cash flow, guys. This is easy, and you build your systems. You just cut it out. You cut it out. So if you're looking at and again, these are properties we've done. These are keys that are in our pocket. These are tenants that are in these rooms. These are earning money. These aren't what we thought about doing. These aren't what we want to do. This is what we've done. So look at the profit. These is HMOs. You don't make this on single lets. You've got £400, £400, £800, £500, £1,600, £500, £500. And, I mean, you see where this is going, guys. That's... Thank you. That is HMOs, and that is what you get taught. And you get taught how to do it, you get told how to systemise it, and you get told how to roll it out. So, yeah, that's what we've done over the last 12 months. There's an overview there. If it's £2 million worth of property, £22,000 gross income a month, just under £13,000 costs, leaves you over 10 grand profit a month. That's 70 rooms. That's the portfolio. And then we started figuring there's other people who want to do this, but just need a little helping hand. So we started joint venturing. We launched the Relocation Agency. How am I doing for time?
6 minutes.
Excellent. So launched the Relocation Agency, joint ventured with people doing rent-to-rents. We've got contracts with all the big letting agents. We've got access to all the stock. We've done them in Liverpool, Bedford, Derby, Barnsley, Lincoln, Newark, Nottingham. We do them everywhere. We've got access to stock, and we help other people with that. And of course, we charge fees. That's the money we've generated from fees. So how? This is the more important bit. This is really what I wanted to get across and share with you guys today, is how you can do it and how I can do it. And joint ventures is the way that I chose to do it. I started from scratch. I was very, very good at, I've got a background. I wasn't very good at it. I've got a background in business, needed to get the knowledge, package deals, work with other people, pay people for their knowledge. One of the first deals I did was with Dean and Mandy, the Sheffield Pin hosts. Their package deal, I thought, right, I've never bought a house before, don't know about mortgages, don't know about brokers. These guys do. They're going to sell me a deal. I'll pay them $3,000. In 4 weeks, I knew how to buy a house. I knew how to broker a house. I knew how to be an investor. I knew how to talk like an investor. That gave me everything I need. Don't be afraid to pay people. Pay for the courses, pay for joint ventures. Don't be afraid to pay people for them, and don't be afraid to charge people. When you've got that knowledge, don't be afraid to charge people for what you know, because if you don't charge them this time, they won't come to you next time because you'll think they want it for free. Don't be afraid to charge people. Don't be afraid to pay people. Reason why, this is a huge, huge, huge one. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do it? What's your target? So I bought into Mastermind for the target. Anyone who can achieve half of that is doing incredibly well. Mastermind is phenomenal. That is an incredible target. And anyone who can get anywhere near that is amazing. And aspire to people. A year and a half ago, I was sitting at a meal and sitting next to a guy who I now know to be Gavin Barry. Sitting next to him, having a few beers. We do it quite often. And having a bit of a drink. And Simon's up on stage at this meal. Says, and the new record holder is £4 million profit, £90. And this guy gets up and goes and collects the thing. I thought, this is a normal guy I've been sitting here chatting to. And he's done these results. I thought, you, my friend, are incredible. That is the most amazing thing I've seen someone done. And I'm up for that. I'm really, really up for some of that. So I thought, there's nothing, I can do that. If I educate myself, if I work hard, I'll get there. And aspire to these people. It's so easy to stand there and look at them and say, they were given this. They were given this, they've got that. I've not told you there's £500 of my own money in that portfolio. I lived in a rented flat before I started. Look at these people and think, that is good. That is where you want to be. Think, I'm going to aim for that. That is what I'm going for. And, yeah, don't excuse why you're not doing it. Look at what they've done and say, these are normal people that are going to stand on it today. And these are abnormal results. So hard work and commitment. Hard work and commitment is it, guys. It's late nights, early mornings, missing birthdays, missing events, not seeing the people you want to see. That's the commitment you've got to put in. And I don't take this with a caveat. That portfolio I've just shown you that's not what normal people do. That's commitment. That is everything. I threw everything in for this because I'm going for it. I'm going to have some of that, Gavin. I'll have some of that. I said, that is what I'm going for. And I committed everything. Late nights, early mornings, work, work, work. And that's it. And if you want to get half of this or all of this or a bit of that, take that as proportional to what I'm going to show you now, because this is how you build it. So from the mastermind model, you get surrounded by these people who are incredible people. They inspire you and they drive you. The wealth dynamics model that we got taught on Mastermind was the most incredible thing I've ever learned about building a business. I've had businesses in the past, and they've been everyone's chipped in, everyone's married in, everyone's doing a bit of this, everyone's doing a bit of this. And I did wealth dynamics. I thought, oh my goodness, I've spent the last 10 years building businesses that are a mess. Let's restructure it. So we flushed it around. Creator, that's me. I talk fast, I'm enthusiastic, I'm passionate. I can really, really, really get things going, but I can't finish things. My timekeeping's bad. I can't look at the books. I understand the numbers, but I can't put them together. You surround yourself with these people, and you will build the most incredible business, I can assure you. And I took that away, and over the last 12 months, we've built the team. Now, these are people that are in this room. These are people that are sitting on these tables. These are people that are on the forum. These are people you're going to meet and know. And if you understand who they are, you'll have a winning formula. I'm privileged to be the creator of that group. On my own, we wouldn't have done what? We'd have done 2 of those properties, and they probably wouldn't cash flow. As a team, you've got machines. And these guys, people in there, they know these people. They've worked with them. They've helped them out. These people know what they're doing. Dedicated, committed, hard people. Hannah was up I got up this morning getting ready. Hannah's setting production up at 6 o'clock. Chris can turn furniture around in 24 hours. Ollie, he'll be sending you guys tenant requests at 12 o'clock. It's mad. These guys are dedicated, they're committed, and they know what they do. They've all got their own jobs, and they all do it better than everyone else. On my own, everything's a mess. With these guys, it's a machine. Trevor, my business partner, absolute fantastic financial director. He makes those numbers stack up. I don't. These guys put the properties together. The last 3, Martin, our lettings manager, has sourced, packaged up, and got live. I didn't even see them. Again, this is a business perspective, not a portfolio to spoil you. And it's incredible, guys. It really is. So to summarise, £2 million property, that's your gross rent roll. There's 160 grand. So the portfolio generates, the fee generates, and the flip. There's 160 grand income there. That's gross profit. You've got voids on top of that and depreciation, but that'll be wiped out by capital growth and application fees. 70 rooms, 17 properties for ourselves, 17 joint ventures. We joint venture with anyone who is committed and dedicated, who approaches us and says, look, I'm up for doing this, I just need some help. We help those guys. 2 awards, I didn't say, the company that Simon stopped me from selling, we went on to be Intuit 100 awarded, which is the top 100 high potential companies in the UK, and we were awarded Young Entrepreneur of the Year at the Hilton at the Midlands Business Awards in February this year. I mean, that's it, guys. So get yourself a team of people who seriously want you to be successful. They're in this room, they're in those chairs, they're in the folders, they're on this stage, they're on this course. If you can surround yourself with people who believe in you, they'll be successful because you're successful. And they want that. They want that more than anything else. And if you can get that, guys, that's Mastermind. That's my 12 months. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Dan Hill.